Hey guys, welcome back. I want to talk to you a little bit more about the current state, and it's I'm kind of over the whole Iran thing. Who knows what the heck's going on? I don't think we're winning by far. This whole 3D, 4D, 9D chess thing that the Trump administration has been playing is an absolute farce, and the amount of gaslighting from the administration to the American people is unreal. Talking about how gas prices are cheaper now than when Trump was in office or got into office or whatever. I mean, you can't cause gas prices to go up to almost, here in Ohio, up to $5 a gallon, and then it drops 30 cents, and then you're like, oh, see, we're doing our part, and this is the cheapest gas prices have been in the last 6 weeks, and blah 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 blah. Nobody's buying this stuff anymore. So anyway, as everybody's being distracted by the whole bioengineered Tickacalypse, which is absolutely funded and created by our own government, because that, real quick with that, they're creating these ticks that you've seen boxes all over with, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of small baby ticks in them that are crawling out. People are finding them all over, like moose. It's just killing them, like sucking them dry throughout the winter and stuff. And these ticks don't die during the winter like they usually do. So they're finding them on fawns and snakes and all kinds of stuff. That is absolutely to get rid of the natural food supply and to break the natural food supply chain from nature to humans. That's it. Just with all these crazy diseases that's going on with the deer population and stuff, that's just adding on to it. That's the next step to get rid of the natural food source. So we become more reliant on government and whatever bug pill they come out with. So Iran, absolute shit show as usual. Our economy's in the tank. Gas prices, insurance, medical insurance, all that stuff skyrocketed, of course. Still crappy. But the other thing I was wanting to talk to you about, since 2016, since Trump's first term, and of course COVID, and then by the Biden administration's 4 years, there has been a drop from like 2.04 million to 1.98 million or something in farmers. So it's roughly like 177,000 farmers have went bankrupt and got out, sold everything and left. Compound that now, where diesel prices are through the roof, fertilizer is at an absolute choke point right now, and on top of that, the movement where Palantir now owns, like, is using AI, and they're using Palantir with tracking or controlling the food supply chain in the United States now. You see this shift where all these chess pieces are being moved into place for the fall of, let's just say, the food supply chain, or there's going to be a major issue with it where it collapses or something like that due to the lack of resources for farmers, or not enough farmers, still in the business, or they can't afford the diesel prices on top of the massive amount of price for fertilizer and all that stuff, and like just the equipment alone. John Deere is an absolute tyrant for the farmers. They can't do anything. They can't fix them. They can't do anything because they'll get in trouble or get sued or whatever. So John Deere equipment is like, if something goes wrong, they have to, you know, and fix it for them, or have somebody come out that takes days, and they have to have a technician to fix it and then redo all the software and all this stuff. So anyway, compound or add all that stuff up, you're taking all the farmers away, or like making it cost too much for them to be in business anymore. So they're dwindling farmers down. They're dwindling crops, the ability to grow crops, dwindling down land also. And all this stuff, you know, it's like chipping at a brick wall kind of thing. But eventually that brick wall is going to become so weak, it's not going to be able to hold itself up anymore. So that's what's going on. So you add all this stuff into like the 15-minute cities and Agenda 2030 and stuff, where the goal is to get rural people out of the country and bring them back towards the city. So if people are in a smaller area, no matter how dense it is, it's easier to control them. So you get rid of the natural food supply chain. You add in all these bizarre bioengineered ticks that carry like major diseases like alpha-gal and Lyme disease and stuff. Compound that, or add that into people's inability to grow food or be self-reliant or control their water with the data centers, and you know, all the wells start drying up in that area so that people have to move and stuff. You start adding all this stuff up, and this is just like the next steps to get people out of the country and to get them, or bring them closer to the city almost, you know. Doesn't matter who's in office. Trump could have stopped all this stuff. If he was legit, he could have stopped all this stuff. Agenda 2030 is still rolling in. Trump is not some savior. Trump is just another figurehead in the New World Order. And we've known all this stuff. People have been talking about this for 40, 50 years. And one guy that is all over the Epstein list and has blocked the Epstein list, even though he said he was going to, you know, release it and all this stuff, isn't going to fix it. He's not. Nothing's going to change. Nothing has changed unless, you know, something major happens where he's like, okay, this ballroom is actually for military tribunals under the White House, and blah, 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 blah. Here's all the stuff. Hillary Clinton was executed in military tribunals, and so was Biden. It was a body double and all this stuff. Yeah, that sounds good, but there's no evidence or no proof. So people aren't buying it anymore. So this is it's people believe what they see and what they can feel, and how much money they have in their paychecks, basically. That's how people vote, and the course we're going is not good, and it's not saving anybody. It's not helping anybody. But the Trump administration's his kids have gotten massive payouts from the war, and his administration too. So good thing they're doing well. So Just remember, Christ is King. Don't you forget it.